We usually go on.
So we're on the record in the matter of the Civil Service Commission meeting, Wednesday, June 15th at 3 p.m.
Okay, good afternoon. We'll call the meeting to order. First item on our agenda is to approve the minutes from the May 18th, 2022 meeting. Those were sent out to the members, and if they have any revisions, deletions, or additions, they were sent back. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes. Motion by,
I'll make a motion.
no,
No, I did.
motion, second.
Yeah.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion is carried. Do we have an opportunity tonight? We don't do public comment, do we?
No.
All right, we have our new business. First item of new business is establishment of eligible lists for senior typist, count clerk typist, CSD. And Jamie's going to review those for us.
So we have the senior typist, this is for the school district, that was. The exam dates were April 30th. And then account clerk typist for the school district and account clerk typist for the wastewater treatment plant.
So, if we look at, I can ask you a general question. Do you usually need at least three on the list for? Did all of them have three that took the test and passed, or
For mandatory listing.
so those are three on all of them?
3, 5, and 1.
Okay, so that one's. Okay. Is there any additional discussion, questions, Jamie?
We don't need to, yeah.
Is there a motion to accept the eligible lists?
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is a temporary residency waiver for Ken Frank, who's working as a part-time consultant for the city. He's a former corporation counsel.
He recently sold his home here in the city. They're closing actually on it, I think within the next month, and he's moving to Delaware. He has a family house in Delaware. And so he would be assisting with legislation for city council from Delaware through likely the fall until corporation council is at full staff.
State of Delaware or county of Delaware?
State of
State of
Delaware.
But there's no time on this though, right?
We would be seeking one through no longer than December.
So the end of the year.
Yeah, no,
December 31st.
yes,
Okay, so residency requirement, we're looking for a residency requirement to extend to the end of this calendar year.
that's correct. And typically we wouldn't do this for anybody who's an employee,
Right.
but it's our first situation where we essentially have somebody who's doing consulting or contract work for us.
And based on his work here and his expertise, all that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yes, somebody who's familiar with the RL process, the resolution process. And right now I attend all city council meetings and I review the legislation, but I don't draft it. And so until kind of this position is filled here, the director of personnel position is filled here at the city, I don't have the time to draft all the
Right.
legislation.
So is he the one's drafting it?
Yes.
Is there any additional comments or questions? I entertain a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Can we talk about this a little bit?
Sure.
So there's nobody else to fill his position, is
Yeah,
that?
we can discuss here.
Absolutely. Right now, the first assistant corporation counsel, which would be the position that I would go into, is posted.
Okay,
We have not received any applications for anybody who meets the qualifications of that position. We've also posted another assistant corporation counsel position, which requires 3 years of experience. We have one viable candidate who actually is interviewing today at City Hall.
okay.
So even despite posting to look for other qualified applicants to fill this gap, even if it wasn't a permanent basis, we haven't found anyone who meets those qualifications.
So we're not gonna have to revisit this at the end of the year to extend.
Not,
his residency waiver, right?
not to my knowledge. My understanding from Ken is fully retired. He has no interest in continuing employment with the city and
Okay.
is almost being employed under duress.
Okay,
At the current moment and really as a favor to this administration to make sure
Okay.
we can continue to get resolutions done until we're fully staffed.
okay.
So the position that would normally do this is the assistant corporation counsel.
First assistant
Or
corporation,
assistant- What's the other position that they're interviewing for right now? You said?
assistant corporation counsel.
Assistant corporation.
When I was served as the assistant corporation counsel up there, we assisted with some drafting of legislation. But Ken, as the corporation counsel, or Brian as the first assistant corporation counsel, did the majority of
So
drafting.
Brian's still up there.
Correct.
Okay.
But since it used to be a 4 attorney office and is now a 2 attorney office, they are extremely short staffed.
Yeah, Brian's actually, he's corporation counsel now. Right?
Yes, he is.
It's good.
Okay.
Any additional
I
comments?
just,
or
I just
questions?
wanted to,
Yeah.
I'll do a temporary
Yeah.
one, okay?
Okay, so we did have a motion and a
I'll
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion is carried. Is there any additional business that's not on the agenda?
No, our next appointment, I should say, our next business meeting is July 13th, 2022. Do the commissioners have a preference for remote versus in person?
I personally like remote, but.
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, we can do both. Can we do both?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll probably come down.
Okay,
Me too.
Yeah. but it's-
I mean, I could come down.
I want
It's no big deal.
well, let's enable remote proceedings.
Well, maybe we'll both. Yeah,
If something happens, like,
Yeah. because the remote's still an option on that day.
Yes, it is. So we'll enable remote proceedings for July 13th, 2022.
Okay, if there's no new business, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, baby.
And we are adjourned
All in
as,
favor?
I-
adjourned as of 3:08.
10 minutes.
Okay, so Sophia's
Hold on one moment.